Congratulations. I can sincerely say, I wondered if some of you would make it. It's a thrill to enjoy this milestone in your lives with you. You know, the things that are the most important are the things that you work the hardest to achieve. And many of you have worked very hard for this honor. But the honor is not what matters here. You'll receive a diploma. Some of you will carelessly throw your hats in the air, and today will pass. But the knowledge, the abilities you've gained through your studies will go on with you throughout your lives. I remember as though it was yesterday, the day I graduated from high school. It was a miracle. And I remember as I went up to receive my diploma, thinking, well, okay, now what? What happens next? And as I contemplated the future of my path in this life, on this beautiful planet, I really didn't expect very much. My wonderful father was a mail carrier, and I wondered if the post office would hire me. I went on to the university, and upon graduation, my last week at the university, a gentleman of about my age came into my life. He came into the little hydrogen laboratory I had, introduced to me by the vice president of the university. He said, "This is Bill Lear. He's the guy that invented the Learjet. He started Motorola. He did a lot of things. He invented the autopilot, many navigational things. He's quite a guy. And he's looking for a protege." Now, I don't know how many of you speak French. I didn't know what a protege was. It sounded good. And so, in the wisdom of the moment, I piped up, "How much does it pay?" And Mr. Lear said, "If you can spare me 1 year of your precious time, in 5 years you'll be a millionaire." Yeah, I'm wide open. 1 week later, my wife, my 1-week-old baby, and I got onto a Learjet, and we went home with Bill Lear. And I thought, boy, I'm going to learn things that are going to separate me from everybody in the world. I'm going to be wow. And so I slept in his home. I followed him around from meeting to meeting, and I tried to absorb everything he could teach me. There was no curriculum, there was no book, there was no formal instruction. And I wondered, so what am I here to learn? And it was well into that experience that I realized that Bill Lear is just a guy. He's normal. He couldn't fly without his airplane. He couldn't sing. I never saw him dance. But he believed in himself. He believed that he could make a difference, that he could change the world. And I thought, well, if he can do it, then I can do it. That's what I got from Bill Lear. That's what I would like to pass on to you. And I was thrilled years later to learn that he was mentored by Thomas Edison. He was trying to start a business designing radios, and he wasn't able to even pay the rent. And so he met Thomas Edison with the idea of maybe going to work for him, and instead Thomas Edison showed him how to turn his little radio design business into what eventually became Motorola. I'm grateful for all that you've learned, but I would now like to infuse in your hearts and your minds knowledge and the belief that you can make a difference on this world. And I don't measure difference now in dollars or gold. I measure it in the impact you have on your fellow men and women. Think about it. You have, at least to the best of my ability and the ability of our wonderful Acellus team, you have the best education that money can buy. Now let's see what you'll do with it. And so much of it will depend on how much confidence, how much belief you have in yourself. The graduates of Acellus Academy are already doing really great things. Believe in yourself. Don't get discouraged when success comes after a few failures. That's normal. Don't give up. Dream big. Dream clear, black and white goals so you know what you're going to achieve, and then unrelentlessly go after it. One of the people that shaped my life in later years was a president of the United States. His name was Ronald Reagan. And I had the wonderful pleasure of getting to know him personally. President Reagan really did a lot to impact this world. He made it a much safer place. But he used to love to tell stories. And I'd like to leave you with this story today. He once said that there was a young man that loved animals. And he wanted a career where he could work with animals. So he applied at the zoo. They have a lot of animals. And during the application process, they said, listen, the gorilla died. Our gorilla died. The kids come to see the gorilla. And this young man said, oh no, the gorilla died? Yes, he died. We will hire you if you will wear the gorilla costume. So when the kids come, they won't be disappointed. He said, I love animals, I don't love being the animals. He said, well, just until we find another gorilla, then we'll give you a regular job like feeding the gorilla. Okay. So he put on the gorilla suit and he went out there thinking, this is weird. And the kids started coming along and they saw the gorilla and they loved him. And pretty soon he was getting into it. He started doing tricks for him. Wow, being a gorilla is not so bad. And he even decided to start swinging from the branches. And so he did. And one day he swung so high, he went right over the fence and landed in the lion cage. He was laying there on his back. The lion saw him, jumped from his perch and came running over. And this poor kid, he started screaming, Bloody Mary, it's not a gorilla, it's just me. Help, someone, please help me. And he went hysterical as that big lion came upon him, and the lion jumped on top of him. And he heard the lion say, will you please shut up or you're going to get us both fired? Things aren't always as they seem. Now this is where my reputation is going to take a little hit. And to you wonderful parents, and especially you distinguished grandparents, I apologize, but they need to know this. This is going to help them, just between you and me. Sometimes I go into meetings with people, really important business meetings, employment interviews or whatever, and I was terrified and I didn't know what to do, and I get up there and they start talking to me and I was just scared to death. What do you do? Someone said, take a deep breath. That doesn't work. I was still scared to death. But then someone told me, when you're looking at that person that is so impressive that they really intimidate you and you know you're going to mess up, you're going to sound like a dummy, just look at them and imagine that this morning they forgot to put on their pants. That works. I really think that you're ready to change the world. And I'm not sure all of you are going to invent hydrogen cars. And some of you may end up doing nothing more than raising a really beautiful family or providing help and guidance to one individual at a time. But if that's your life mission, if that's what you choose to do it to the very, very best of your ability, and you will be fulfilled and you'll live a good and happy life. Congratulations on this milestone in your life's mission. Good luck as you go forward now. We're with you. Thank you.